Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the ZENKAI for LF Super Saiyan Broly from Broly Second Coming, and then we also have a unique equipment for the first ever tag character, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta from the Broly movie, of course the purple one. And I think we might have some other stuff. I don't think so. I think it's just those two things, but it's been a busy day for me. I actually have not even looked at all at anything. Typically when I do record these breakdowns late, I'll, like on the train home or something, I'll look at stuff. But today it was so busy that I haven't even looked at like what the equipment is at all. So everything will be initial reactions here. We'll start with the ZENKAI for Yellow Broly. I do have his original kit pulled up in the background so we can compare here. So what do we get when we click this? He's a melee type. By the way, this character was bad on release, so I'm hoping he's at least going to be somewhat decent after his ZENKAI. Keep in mind that this character's first and foremost role on any team is going to be bench. This guy has the potential to be one of the single best bench characters in the entire game, up there with like Yellow Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and stuff like that. This is a powerful opponent health buffer. 20% HP to powerful opponent. The Dream ZENKAI ability here is Yellow Powerful Opponent, of course, so we get the full overlap with the Z ability. Yellow movies would be fine. I think there's still a lot of overlap between movies and Powerful Opponent, so it wouldn't be as good as Powerful Opponent, but movies would be a good pick. The Nightmare scenario is like Super Saiyans or something. So we'll see. So stat-wise, looks like, because we got to subtract 13,000 because of the arts boost, he's going to be a 285 strike attack and 271 blast, and then defenses looks like he's going to be low 180s to both of those. Okay, I mean, definitely could be better, but it could be worse. I would say those are mediocre. 2 strikes, of course, he's on sagas from the movies, Saiyan and Powerful Opponent. Normal strike and a blast. His blue card is Eraser Cannon. So this used to be Massive Explode, destroys 3 cards on hit. Now it's Massive Explode, and he picks up 20% special move damage for 3 counts upon activation. Okay, sure, extra damage makes sense. The green card is Battle Sense. So randomly draws 1 new card, remove 3 or fewer cards, and gains 40 ki. Those are actually both new. Getting a card and getting ki are very good effects for stop time green cards. 30% damage for 20 counts is the same. Arts card draw speed for 20 counts is the same. 20% health restoration is new. That was not on here before. And then nullifies own attribute downgrades in normal conditions for 30 counts is the same. Okay, so they added a few things to that. Still nothing crazy there. The ultimate is Gigantic Explosion. This is actually an AoE ultimate. Massive Explode damage, 30% ultimate damage for 3 counts. That's the same. And then on hit, a portion of the damage inflicted will also be dealt to members on standby. Of course, that's the same. And then inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade +2 to sub count for 10 counts. That's new. I don't really think that's anything too crazy. Would have been nice if this nullified endurance, but it does not. All right, let's head over to the main ability. So this is Awakened Menace, draws ultimate arts card, Gigantic Explosion. 50 ki is the same, 25% health. He actually didn't heal at all on this prior, so that's good. 20% permanent damage inflicted is the same, and then these are both new. Cancels own attribute downgrades in normal conditions, and then seals Rising Rush for 10 counts. Those are both new. So like I mentioned, Z ability is Yellow Powerful Opponent health. The ZENKAI ability, again, what we're looking for is Yellow Powerful Opponent. Movies I'll take as well. Those are really the 2 ones we want to see here. It is Powerful Opponent. Okay, good. That's exactly what we wanted. So this guy is a monstrous bench character now. Anytime we get a Yellow Powerful Opponent release, this is going to be the best bench character for that character. So, all right, let's get into the unique abilities. Of course, we have extra damage inflicted against Sun Family, which is very good. This guy should be pretty effective against Ultimate Gohan. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. 30 ki. I think that's actually new. I don't believe he restored ki on entry, so that's good. 70% damage goes up from 60% damage. Card draw speed by 1 level for 5 counts. I think that's new. Yeah, I don't see that. 5 counts of card draw speed. The reason why that's kind of unfortunate is because it's going to be very hard to overlap this with the green card draw speed. So yeah. Gradually restores health each time or count for 60 counts. That's the same. -5 to strike and blast arts cost, 15 counts. So that goes up from 10 counts to 15 counts. Sure. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike card. Strike arts card. They actually changed the wording on this. It used to say strike arts card. Now it says strike arts. They took out the word card. Interesting. Restores ki by 5. That's actually new. So he's getting 5 ki every time he uses a strike card. Okay. 20% ultimate damage every time this character uses a strike card, huh? Up to 80%. That's the same. So I'm just... Huh, okay, maybe they moved it here. Yeah, okay, so they had, in the first unique ability prior to Zenkai, they had reduced damage received by 20% for 15 counts. They actually moved that down here. So he's getting 60% damage here, which is not... That's new. That wasn't on the original kit. So he's getting 70% here, 60 here. That's 130. Reduced damage received by 60. That's essentially new. What he used to have is he used to have 20% reduced damage, just baseline, for 15 counts. And then he used to have 30% reduced damage received when changing cover. Obviously, this just flat 60% is way better. 60% Ki recovery is new. Applies attribute upgrade, -30% to enemy sustained damage code effects. Believe it or not, that actually was on this character before Zenkai. So that is not new, but it's still very good. Knocks enemy back to long range if the cover change is performed against their strike arts. That is not new. Unfortunately, you cannot combo off of this. So that's how it was before anyway. All right, new unique abilities here. Applies the following effects to enemy every time when faced with an enemy. Reduce ki by 15. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 5% or plus 5 to strike and blast arts costs. Okay. For 10 counts, and then also -10% to strike, blast, and special move arts power. Sure. Following effects to after enemy attack is over. Restores health by 10%. Activates twice. He gets cover null for 10 counts up to 3 times and reduces enemy ki by 20. I don't like the fact that the cover null on this is limited. It's already a pretty bad condition. He has to take a hit to get cover null. And then on top of that, it only activates 3 times. If you get like tap attack twice, there goes 2 of your activations of cover null, like immediately. Yeah, I don't like that. I think that should have just been unlimited times. It's not that good. A glimpse of new power applies the following effects to self when the character enters the battlefield. There's a defeated battle member. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the ultimate. Okay, so he can draw a second ultimate here. Restores ki by 30. Nullifies enemies, destroy card effects. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield if there is a defeated enemy battle member. Randomly draws 1 new card. Gets cover null for 10 counts. Activates once. Destroys all of your enemies' cards. Destroying all of your enemies' cards is pretty good. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. Not a fan. This is for sure just going to be a bench character. Unfortunately, this guy came out day 1 was bad, and this guy's Zenkai day 1 is bad, I think. So he's just going to be a good bench. I mean, to be fair, this guy being as good of a bench character as he is, I think is more value that you'll see from like any other character. Like, you're not going to see more value from most other Zenkais than this character, simply because of how ridiculous he's going to be as a bench character. But sure, whatever. I don't think he's going to be that effective in combat. Alrighty, let's take a look at some equipment here. I think we only have the 1 new equipment for the Tag Blue Goku and Vegeta. Let's go to the archive. I don't think there's a new equipment awakening. I think they actually... Yeah, because they gave us like Zenkai Rush Light or something, which is good. All right, let's scroll down and see. I think that's the only new piece of equipment we got this week. Here it is. All right, let's see what this thing is. Of course, this is for the Tag Purple Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. A rivalry leading to evolution. Slot 1 is going to be 15% health, 50% to base defenses, and then 15% to strike and blast defense. When 3 battle members are any combination of the following: Tag God Key, Sun Family, and Vegeta Clan. That's an interesting way of wording that. I don't think we've ever seen this wording before. So 15% to pure strike and blast defense. Assuming you have a full team of God Key, Sun Family, or Vegeta Clan. I feel like if you're going to do this, why even make a restriction here? Like, it's so expansive. Like, okay, the only thing they're really doing about this is they're restricting you from running, like, powerful opponent characters on this team. Because you're not going to be running, like, Janemba next to this character. You're not going to be running BROLY, like a Z BROLY or a Super BROLY next to this character, because BROLY is not on God Key, Sun Family, or Vegeta Clan. So there can definitely be some contradictions here, but I don't... This is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be vocal about moving forward with these unique equipments. We saw this with Vegito Blue as well. Obviously, I would say that Vegito Blue's unique equipment is a bit more egregious. And then God Goku's equipment isn't really specifically for LF God Goku, but it was basically designed for God Goku. That's been restricted heavily. You have to run a full God Key setup. We don't need restrictions here. Stop making unique equipment for characters, specifically for one character in the entire game that is restricted to certain teams. We don't need this. It defeats the... well, it doesn't defeat the purpose of the buff, but the purpose of unique equipments like this is to allow characters to be good. And it would be better if it wasn't restricting them to certain teams, because it's not fun to be restricted to certain teams. Like, what if I want to run Z Broly with this character? Why restrict me from doing that? Why? I don't like that. I don't like restrictions when it comes to buffing characters with unique equipment. I think it takes away from a lot of the point of the entire purpose behind what unique equipment is supposed to do. Slot 2 is going to be inflicted damage 50%. That's good. 40% to base offenses. So interesting, they went with 50% to base defenses, but 40% to base offenses. Okay. 15% to pure strike and blast attack when 3 battle members or any combination of the following. Okay, so it's the same exact thing as slot 1. Literally the same exact thing as slot 1, but for pure offenses. Okay. I mean, again, I don't understand why there needs to be a restriction on that, but okay. All right, slot 3, let's see. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Charges switch gauge by 40%. Okay, so that's every time. So every time you enter the battlefield with this character, they're going to have their switch gauge charged by 40%, which is pretty good, actually. I like that. Restores ki by 50. That's good. Applies the following effects to self when the switch ability is activated. Draws a card and gains cover null for 15 counts. Activates 3 times. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty good. This is a good unique equipment. I get my only nitpick is just we don't need to restrict the tags. Don't keep doing this. If I know someone from the development team is watching this, don't do this moving forward. Very dumb, but it's a very good equip. Is this enough to bring the original tag Blue Goku and Vegeta back into the meta? Hell no. Hell no. But I think once this character gets their Zenkai in the future, this will have a huge impact on them for sure. 50 key, 40% tag switch gauge, card draw every time you switch tag switch, and then cover null, plus all this stats up here. Yeah, this is good. This is a good unique equipment for sure. It's just they're just too far gone, I think, to really make a realistic equipment that would bring them back. I think that's the only equipment we have this week. Let me just scroll a little bit. Yeah, I think that's it. Waiting for a Bonanza to do this. This is not a very good equip. Anyway, I mean, it's good, but it's very restrictive. Like Shadow Dragon, come on. Okay, well, that is going to wrap up this week's breakdown. Not a huge amount of content this week. I think there's actually a raid. Let me just check. Is the raid up already? Let me see. There was a summer raid that I saw people posting about. Maybe it's not live yet. I saw someone posting about a summer raid event. Maybe it's not up yet, but we'll keep our eyes out for that. Let me know what you guys think of the Zenkai for Yellow Broly, as well as the unique equipment for the tag Blue Goku and Vegeta. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.